The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke. Glory to you, O Lord. While some people were speaking about how the temple was adorned with costly stones and votive offerings, Jesus said, "All that you see here, the days will come when there will not be left a stone upon another stone that will not be thrown down." Then they asked him, "Teacher, when will this happen? And what sign will there be when all these things are about to happen?" He answered, "See that you not be deceived, for many will come in my name, saying, 'I am he,' and 'the time has come.' Do not follow them. When you hear of wars and insurrections, do not be terrified, for such things must happen first, but it will not immediately be the end." Then he said to them, "Nation will rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. There will be powerful earthquakes, famines, and plagues from place to place, and awesome sights and mighty signs will come from the sky." The Gospel of the Lord. Yeah, I told you this was going to happen, didn't I? This is, we thought that we were out of apocalyptic, but here we are right back in it. And, I think there are any number of things to be said about the genre. There are any number of things to be said about Luke and what he intends to communicate by the arrangement of the particular chapters of his gospel. There are any number of things to be said about what Jesus is doing as he lives out the last, whether it's weeks of his life, the last chapter of his life. He's entered Jerusalem here. Here he is on the verge of achieving what he has set out to accomplish, and this is the kind of thing that he is concerned to communicate. I think it's significant to us because, of course, if these are the things that are on Jesus' mind as he has set his face to the cross, then these are significant things. That if he's choosing to communicate them to us to his followers in his last days, then they're matters of particular importance, and they ought to get our attention. They warrant our focus and our effort. But all that said, I really want to say something like it's clear from the passage and the way that Jesus has given these instructions that his intention is that people live according to his way of life by the strength that he gives them, no matter what they face. That's the issue. And when you see at the heart of the passage, the fact that the people are coming with this concern, well, what do you mean? What would this look like? How do we, all this kind of thing. And he says, and his answer to them is, which is always right, cutting really to the heart of the matter. Jesus says, "See that you not be deceived, for many will come in my name, saying, 'I am he,' and the time has come. Do not follow them." Right. So this is what he's doing then towards the end of his life here, in his very short but intensely focused time. He is setting his people on course for what God intends them to be and do, and he's then offering this, bad things are going to happen. Don't be distracted. Don't be pulled off course. If someone should come along and say, "I have, a little bit of a different way. We've got to go a little bit of a different way here," that's not a guide to follow, right? Or "I am he," right? Someone I can override the course that Jesus has set for you. We'll follow some other course. Do not follow him. Now this is Jesus's plain intention that he reveals in the middle of the passage. The rest is like more situational or circumstantial, but right there he's set the course, what he intends to do. And so of course it's ours to remember that our whole life is meant to be about following Jesus. So it's ours, I think, not just now, but really every moment of our lives, to be in something of intentional relationship with him, right? To say we need to make our way through our day, asking Jesus how it is he wants us to make our way through life, to make our way through the day. And we should expect to receive instruction from him. Right? His spirit is in us. We are members of his body. He's the head of the body. So he's giving direction, instruction, orientation to all the members. So we should expect to receive instruction from him, on a moment-to-moment basis, on a day-to-day basis. We ought to think that we are going to receive instruction from him. And if we have hearts that are open to it, then in fact we will. And what we do in the morning here at Mass is we dedicate ourselves to Jesus. And that's about opening our hearts to him, entrusting our lives to him, seeking his instruction, his goodness. And we should expect, even in this time of particular attention and intentionality, that Jesus is going to start to form in our hearts resolutions, ways that as we make our way through the day, we will expect to be and expect to think and expect to talk and expect to act as we go. And if we have a hard time kind of figuring out Jesus' voice in the midst of all other voices, well, to begin, we're doing the right thing by coming into this place where we should expect to hear his voice clearly, because there's not so much noise, right? The competing voices, hopefully, right? They're not here. And if they are, then we have more training to do, right? We have a little bit more work to do. But yeah, we also should understand that the images surrounding us, the stained glass, the crucifix, all the adornments and the rest, they all conduce to what Jesus has revealed about God and how he expects us to live. And as you know, one of the ways to look at that is to say that we're made to be manifestations of God's radical generosity. So it's charity in all things. And this is what the Israel of Jesus' day got so wrong, but that he got so right, even though it looks like completely the opposite. Right? I mean, you look at the crucifix, he got it so right there. Yeah, he did actually. And that's what our lives have to look like as well. It's charity at all costs. It's commitment to love of God in all things, no matter what we face. It's commitment to loving the other, loving the particular person that's in front of us. Again, no matter what it costs us. So this is it. Again, do not be deceived. Do not be deceived. There is no way other than the way of charity. There is no way other than the way of generosity. The good news is that God is giving himself to us now so that we can, in fact, go that way with him.